you don't even know the person anymore. And then, you know, I mean, in retrospect, you know, a lot of it, at the time, I didn't think it was as much my fault, but a lot of it was, you know, just kind of reacting or overreacting to stress.
Mm-hmm.
And she basically, I kind of noticed something was wrong. She called it quits. You know, I went on the online dating thing, just said, well, you know, maybe this will just kind of be, it sounds crazy, but I didn't think it was going to be that hard in a sense. I just figured, you know, you go online, I'm pretty outgoing. I figured I'd meet a few people, then, you know, kind of set on easy street.
Mm-hmm.
But the total opposite happened. And, you know, I went online and literally I would spend like hours upon hours just going online, searching and emailing out and no results. And I finally got one result and a response, and it was a scammer. So like, imagine, I was getting frustrated, and I saw this online seminar. You know, they said some of the suggestions, you know, update your photos, do a few online seminars, and I saw yours. Like you went through the same kind of struggle I went through of, you know, I remember that point you said where I think you broke up with your girlfriend, and then you had this long spout where everything went wrong. You like nothing you could do could get a woman, and it was just all round and round in circles. And that's where I said, wow, this is, you know, this guy is like understands where I've been. You're not just like a business person who just says, oh, I got this great idea to help these guys out to get dates and I'll make money off of it, you know. So yeah, and I literally called a leap of faith because like I said, I was kind of looking at numbers and analyzing, and, you know, I said, well, you know, I threw all this money away, you know, online dating, and I was looking at the time I'm putting in it and getting nothing out of it. I had 0 dates, literally 0 dates.
Yeah.
You know? And
that went on for a while, right?
Yeah, and for months. And I said, you know what? I said, you know, I hate to do it, you know, financially, but I think I'm gonna do something I normally don't do, because I figured that, you know, with the problems I'm having, I got to do something different.
And that's
I like that it was structured kind of week by week, that it wasn't overload, because, you know, you're trying to work and you know, handle a kid and so forth. So I kind of like that it was some type of structure. It wasn't just like abstract or just, you know, go read this article and report back or whatever, or just go out there and meet people. You know, I think it was different details. Like I remember, like you said, like how to create attraction. Like I think the big thing that I like that you talked a lot about the friend zone, because I feel like I'm the king of the friend zone. I can meet, you know, very beautiful women and get close to them, but I'm always end up being their friend. You know, like, I can't get out of that. So I think that was like one of the biggest concepts that really I took away from this compared to a lot of other content and programs and other things that were out there. In one way, but when you have a group of guys who went through similar, or, you know, kind of help you through it, I think that was helpful. I think really it was just, I felt more motivated to do things when, you know, I was on the group. It's almost like when you're, I guess, in a sense, playing for a team. I mean, even though I should have been working hard for it for myself, but when I had this team of everyone there, I felt more like, man, I got to make things really happen. Oh, I was just going to say, it was just, you know, it was just very good experience just having a group of people there. I think that really helped, you know, given the encouragement that we're not used to getting encouraged for dating and stuff. We're kind of, because, you know, it's full of rejection. Like you said, dating is really, for men, is full of rejection and that's all I was seeing before. Now, you know, having the group was like, wow, you know, I mean, it was amazing, because I really, after the first week or something, when I tried to, I think, communicate online with some women, and I kind of got a little bit better results, but it didn't lead to a date, and I started getting worried. I said, man, I'm going to go through all 8 weeks and not get a single date. And sure enough, I remember it was about week 3 or 4, I had the first date, and I was just, and, you know, very special thank you to your wife, because she really helped me pull it off.
Too.
And it was one of the best first dates ever. I just, it was like magic. I woke up and the craziest thing I think you ever said was, I forgot how many times a month you said you're supposed to go out and socialize. And I forgot you had some, I don't know, it was like 6 times, at least 6 times per month or something like that. At first I thought that was crazy and impossible because being in a relationship for 15 years, going out that much was just insane. I said, there's no way. And actually now I pretty much go out that much, and now I'm trying to scale it back. Everyone's asking me to go places, and I just think that's a big transition of like from one thing to the other. But like I said, just everyone being in that group, like the weekly calls, I always made sure I made it to every single one of them. And there's only program I started working on going out more. Like I said, that was the one thing during the program I quite didn't get to do. I just wasn't able to go out as much at the time. And I started the speed dating thing. That was the next thing I did. It became the speed date king, so to speak. And that was a very interesting experience. And the funny thing is I didn't get a lot of dates out of it, but it opened up more like doors and stuff. Like that's where I met my Philly wingman there. Just waiting in line, and the guys, and it was kind of at first I was like, I'm here to meet women. Who cares about these guys showing up to the thing? And then I started thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, I started talking to them, and we kept hanging out and going places. And then when we went speed dating more, it's like we created this presence. Remember Lori always said, like, women want a man who has a presence when he enters the room. And here it is. I felt so much better like going speed dating when I knew all of my friends are there too. So I think that really helped me stay positive because after the program it's easy to kind of slack off again and say okay, I finished this program, I got 1 or 2, 3 dates or whatever, I feel good, that's it. It's like, no, it's not it. You got to keep working at it. And I think that was the one thing you always stress too, I think, compared to a lot of other like dating coaches and other programs that are out there, that they kind of make it like, oh, we're going to do all the magic for you. You just pay the money, sit back, and that's it. And you always were honest, like, no, you got to really do work. You got to commit to this, and you have to, I remember you said you have to make it your most important goal. And, that's what happened. So when I went speed dating, I met these friends, and then they opened up avenues of, different places and things we started going to, and it feels really great. And like I said, I didn't lose sight of that. On some of my dates, I just, people always laugh, but I always post Showtime. That's always because it's putting on the show, the best of yourself. And I always keep in mind, it's like, wow, a few months ago, a year ago, I had nothing, like no date at all, like, and just, it feels good. But I think the most important thing for everyone to take away is I was one of those people too, like a lot of other people, like, I can't do this, there's no way there's no way I can get a date, or especially a second date. And, or like I said, sex on the first date was like totally impossible. I just thought, that's other guys. That's not me. Like, there's no way I could do that. And it happened, and, it's because I made it happen. And I remember one of the, I think, last big things I took from you was when you said, failure comes before success. And I think we're all like kind of thinking, okay, I do this once and okay, it happens. And no, it doesn't. And I forgot the exact quote, but Michael Jordan had a quote he said something about everyone remembers all the baskets he made, all the points he made. Everyone forgets all the shots he took that he missed. So
missed a lot.
So like, people don't remember that, and that's kind of how I look at this. And I want people to realize too that I'm glad everyone's rooting for me and so forth, but I don't want them to think it was just easy, you know. It
Yeah.
wasn't like snap of a finger magic and I got there. It took help. You know, your program definitely was a big start, but also, you know, if we put the extra work in it and like you said, believe in ourselves, it can be done.